Now friends, we have already discussed the method of payback period, and in payback period we realize that payback period is having serious limitations, and because of these limitations payback period is not considered as a viable measure for taking or selecting projects. Now what are the limitations? Let's recollect those limitations. The first limitation of payback period is it ignores time value of money, and the second limitation is it does not consider all the cash inflows associated with the project. That is, post payback period the cash inflows, whatever will be the cash inflows, they will simply be ignored in payback period. Post payback cash inflows are simply ignored. Because of these two limitations, as I already told you, payback period is not to be considered as a viable measure for selecting or taking up projects. Now the next method which we're going to learn, the net present value method or NPV method, will overcome both these limitations of payback period. That is, the net present value method will consider time value of money, as well as it will also consider all the cash inflows which will be associated with the project. So NP method will be taking into consideration time value of money. It will also consider all the cash inflows associated with the project. Now friends, before I take up the before I take up the net present value method, we will have to do a lot of discussion about time value of money. Now let me take the discussion of time value of money, and post that we can start with the net present value method. So let's take time value of money. Time value of money or TVM. Now to start with this concept of time value of money, let me take a simple example. I give you an option, take 1 lakh rupees today or take 1 lakh rupees after 1 year. Now given this choice, which option will you select? You people will say, sir, go for 1 lakh rupees now. Why? Because you will always have a preference for present consumption of money over future, because future is uncertain. You will say, sir, give us 1 lakh rupees today only. We don't know what will happen in future. You may or may not give that 1 lakh rupees in future. So future is uncertain. You may or may not give that. The second reason why you would prefer money in present over future is you will always have an opportunity to reinvest this 1 lakh rupees today, and you'll be able to earn more than 1 lakh after 1 year. So can I conclude, friends? Every individual, provided he is a rational human being, every individual will always have a preference for present consumption of money over future, and this preference for present consumption of money over future can be termed as time preference for money, more popularly called time value of money. See friends, money will always be having two values. One, its own money value, and second, its time value. What do we mean by money value? Money will be having the purchasing power, that is called money's value, and when you receive the money, that is also important, that is known as time value. So because see, so when we receive the money, that is also one of the most important thing, because money will always have time value. Now, so if I want to summarize this discussion about time value, what can I say? The value of rupee 1 which we receive today is far more than the value of rupee 1 which we receive in future. This is because we individuals will always have a preference for present consumption of money over future, and this preference for present consumption over future can be termed as time preference for money, or more popularly it can be termed as time value of money. Now let me take a simple example before we proceed further. Let us discuss what will be the use of this time value of money in the chapter of capital budgeting. To make you people understand, let me take three situations. Now suppose, let's take situation 1 here. Now friends, in the chapter of capital budgeting, in the chapter of capital budgeting, the the time word is denoted by letter T, and when I say T0, it means time now, right now. When I say T1, it means time at the end of year 1. When I say T2, it means time at the end of year 2. When I say T3, it means time at the end of year 3. So the word time is denoted by letter T. And now let me take 3 situations in front of you, and you will have to decide which one should we go for. Situation 1. Now I tell you right now, time 0, that is T0, right now I am giving you an option: take 100 rupees today, or you guys take 110 today. I am giving you a choice: take 100 today or take 110 today. Which option will you go for? You will say, sir, what silly questions you're asking. Obvious, take 110 because we are getting more. I'll say yes, your answer is absolutely right. Now I give you another situation. Let's take situation 2. Now in this situation, I tell you, I give you an option: take 100 rupees at the end of year 1. That is, T1 is nothing but at the end of year 1, coming year. Take 100 rupees at the end of year 1, or take 110 at the end of year 1. Now friends, tell me what will be your conclusion. These are two independent situations. Don't compare these two situations. I am telling you, take 100 rupees after 1 year or take 110 after 1 year. Which option will you select? You will say, sir, naturally go for 110 because we are getting more. And I'll say again, yes, your answer is absolutely right. Now I present the third situation, and the situation goes this way. Now I am giving you a choice or an option: take 100 rupees today or take 110 after 1 year. I am giving you a choice now, friends. Take 100 today or take 110 after 1 year. Now tell me, which option will you go for? Sir, now it is difficult to answer. It now really depends. We can go for 100 or we can also go for 110. It really depends now. Why we cannot take decision here immediately? You know, the reason why we cannot take decisions here immediately is because of the timing difference. This 100 rupees is today and this 110 rupees is after 1 year. So because of the time gap, we are not able to decide which option should we go for. So friends, can I say one thing? If you consolidate all the information that I given in form of these situations, I can tell you one thing is for sure: present value of money is directly comparable with present value of money. Again, present value of money is directly comparable with present value of money. Future value of money is directly comparable with future value of money, provided time remains the same. Future value of money is directly comparable with future value of money, provided time remains the same. And friends, now the most important part: present value of money is not directly comparable with future value of money because of timing difference. So till the time you do not eliminate the timing difference, you cannot take a decision. So what should we do? How can we eliminate the timing difference? Two techniques are available to eliminate this timing difference. There are two ways in which you can eliminate the timing difference. One, either you convert this present value of money to future value. If you convert present value of money to future value, then you actually are coming to situation 2, because here both future value and future value are comparable. The other option is, either you can convert the future value to present value. Then if you convert the future value to present value, then you are actually coming to situation 1. So two techniques are available: either you convert present value to future value or convert future value to present value. This technique, where present value is converted to future value, this technique is called technique of compounding, wherein which present value of money will be converted to future value, and then decision will be taken. And the second is future value can be converted to present value, and when we convert future value of money to present value, then that technique is called technique of discounting. And in this entire chapter we will be using the technique of discounting, wherein which future value of money will be converted into present value of money. Now people will be thinking, why is he explaining all this stuff? What is the point of explaining compounding, discount? What is the point? See friends, the chapter which we are discussing is capital budgeting, and in the chapter of capital budgeting what happens? The unique part was what, as discussed in the last lecture, the unique part was the outflows are immediate and the inflows associated with this are spread over a number of years. Outflow is immediate now, and the cash inflows with the projects that are related will be coming in future. And can I say friends, present value of money and the future value of money are not comparable. To make these things comparable, because of the timing difference, these two things are not comparable. To make these things comparable, I need to eliminate the timing difference. And how will I eliminate it? I'll convert all the future value cash inflows and bring it to present value. Then I'll get present value of all my cash inflows. I will compare it with the present value of the cash outflows. And if I think the present value of the cash inflows will be more than the present value of cash outflows, then I will definitely go for the project. Hence, I need all this stuff. And what did I tell you? In the chapter of this capital budgeting, what will you do? Future value of the cash flows will be converted to present value. Every cash flows will be converted to present value, and then we'll be taking a decision. Is it fine? Now, how can we actually convert the future value to present value and present to future? Now, that is also simple. Let us understand how exactly the present value is converted to future value or future is converted to present value. Now that part can be done just by recollecting the formula of compound interest. At school level we have learned compound interest formula, wherein which if we want to find out how much amount we want to get in future, so we need to determine how much we need to invest today at a particular rate of interest for n number of years. And if I want to find out if I invest today at a particular rate of interest for n number of years, how much amount I will be getting in future, to know that amount I have to use this formula. So this is nothing but a compound interest formula which we have learned at our school level. Now friends, the question, this principal investment or the amount which we will invest, the principal amount here, when will it be invested? It's obvious, we will be investing today, then only we will be getting the money in future. So this principal investment, against that I can use the word present value. And this amount, since I'm going to be getting in future, I can term this to be future value. So can I conclude friends? Future value, A is replaced with the word future value, P is replaced with the word present value, and I'll keep this 1 plus R raised to n as it is. So this became a formula wherein which present value can be converted to future value by using this formula, where FV is nothing but future value, PV is nothing but present value. Now tell me friends, what exactly is converting the present value to future value? Don't you think this part is helping me to convert the present value of money to future value? And this part or this factor which is converting the present value to future value, this factor can be termed as compounding factor. This factor can be termed as compounding factor, or I can say CF. Or I can even say this itself is the factor which is converting present value of money to future value. So I can say this can also be termed as future value factor. Future value factor, which is FVF. Now friends, if I transposition this formula, and if I tell you get me the present value or the future value, so then how can we use that? Simple, you take, if you want present value of a future sum of money, so you take future value divided by 1 plus R raised to n. Simple formula for calculating future value to present value, converting the future value to present value, use this formula. Now, do you agree this formula can also be written as present value is equal to future value into 1 by 1 plus r raised to n? Future value into 1 by 1 plus r raised to n. Now friends, the question, what exactly is converting the future value to present value? Do you agree this part of the formula is actually, converting the future value to present value? So this part can be termed as discounting factor, because this is going to discount the future value to present value. Also can be written as df, or I can say, because of this factor the future value of money is converted into present value. It can also be termed as present value factor, or I can say this is PVF, the present value factor. And friends, in the entire chapter of capital budgeting, we will be using this formula, wherein which all the future cash flows will be discounted and they will be brought to present value. Since there will be differences in the timing of the cash flows, this formula which we are going to learn here, or which we learned rather, will help us to convert all the future value cash flows to bring it to present value. And this formula will be used in our next method, the method of NPV. Now, in the next method, NPV, what happens is all the cash flows which are likely to occur in future will be discounted and they will be brought to present value. You will calculate the present value of cash inflows and compare it with the present value of cash outflows. If the present value of the cash inflows exceed the present value of cash outflows, go for the project, else reject the project. Now, we'll take a break for some time.